there's one thing that history has proven in this life, it is that there truly is nothing new under the sun. It seems to me that every 80 years or so since its beginning, this nation comes to a crossroads where its core beliefs, constitution, or the very future of its existence is put to the test. Our founding fathers risked their lives signing a document declaring independence from tyrannical rule. The Revolutionary War which followed would culminate when General George Washington and the American and French forces would surround General Cornwallis and the British at Yorktown, Virginia, forcing them to surrender and sealing the deal on this new republic in 1781. 80 years later, the Civil War, brother battling brother, would begin in 1861. 80 years after that, America would enter into World War II in 1941, that date which will live in infamy. We shall see in the next 5 years if this pattern holds true, but I believe that every generation has had to pay a price for America's freedoms and blessings to continue. This place is a testimony to that cost. Abraham Lincoln would be one of many who have given their lives for something greater than themselves, that this nation might live. And he would bear more burdens than any before or since, and those burdens would be heavy, like the plight of slavery, to which the President said, "Yet if God wills that this war continue until every drop of blood drawn with the lash shall be paid for by another drawn with the sword," in a speech. A day later, he puts together some words, and in his talk, he's going to talk about Reconstruction. And then he's going to say something very provocative for the time, that he believes that some black men should be given the right to vote. Well, guess who's in the audience? John Wolfe Booth turns to his co-conspirator, Lewis Powell, and says, "I'll put him through. That's the last speech he shall ever make." 3 days later, the morning of April 14th, the President awakens unusually cheerful. Many people notice the change in his countenance. He's having a wonderful breakfast. His son, Robert, is there. He was with Grant. He's going to take a piece of a music stand he finds in the orchestra pit, place it in the hallway between the exterior and interior doors that leads to the presidential box. He will prepare his horses and weapons, write a manifesto, and at 8 o'clock that night meet with his co-conspirators to finalize their plans. The President and his party will arrive at 8:30, half hour late to the play, and much to the dismay of the audience, without General Grant and his wife Julie, who decided to go visit their children in New Jersey. In their place will be Clara Harris, a friend of Mary's, and her fiance, Major Henry Raffle. They're going to make their way up the spiral staircase and around the dress circle. As they do, the famous actress on stage is going to spot the President. Not hard to spot him. He's 6'4", stovepipe hat, takes him up to Shaquille O'Neal, Love Star Saloon, where he's going to drink his fill of whiskey. Liquid courage for his final cowardly performance. Just after 10 o'clock, he's seen going in and out of the lobby. He finally makes his move up the spiral staircase and around the dress circle. As he does, some people start to recognize him, but it's not unusual for him to be in the theater. He's a very famous actor. As he's leaning against the wall, he's gauging where he's at in the play. He's probably relieved that there is no guard outside the presidential box door. There was a Metropolitan Police officer by the name of John Parker, assigned to take the President and his party from the White House. To get past his White House messenger, Charles Forbes. He approaches Forbes and gives him what looks like a calling card, a booth, because he is the Johnny Depp of his time. For you young people, he is Channing Tatum famous. He's allowed to enter because of his fame. Once inside, he's going to take that piece of a music stand, put it against the wall and the door, barricading himself inside. Now, there's only one door between him and the presidential box. He's going to approach that door and look through a bored hole where he can see the President sitting. And he's going to pull out his .44 caliber single-shot Derringer. And then he's going to listen. And alone on stage is the actor, Harry Hawk, and he's about to deliver that one line. Don't know the manners of good society, eh? Well, I guess I know enough to turn you inside out, old gal. You sucked all the time as an old man trap. What's wrong with you folks? That was hilarious. Unlike you all, the audience erupts in laughter. That's boost cue. He steps forward, point-blank range, and fires into the back of the President's head. The ball enters 2 inches from his ear, goes through the brain, and lodges behind his right eye. The President slumps forward as though he's sleeping. There's a blue-gray cloud of smoke. The first one to see Booth, Major Rathbone, he goes for him. Booth drops the derringer, raises the dagger, stab Rathbone in the heart. Rathbone's going to parry the blows, goes to the bone of the elbow and up the shoulder. Now Booth's going to attempt to jump over that balustrade. As he does, Rathbone grabs his coattail. That's going to trip up Booth. His spur is going to get caught on the Treasury Guard flag. It's going to nick the picture of George Washington and come very hard and awkward to the stage as a 12-foot drop. That's where some people believe he broke his left fibula. It's either there or after he crossed over the Navy Yard bridge, he said his horse had fallen on him. But I happen to have two things in common with John Wilkes Booth. I have also broken my left fibula and the dashing good looks. But I could not do what he did, which is get up quickly with that bloody dagger, come to the center stage and yell, Sic semper tyrannis, which is Latin for thus always the tyrants. He's referring to Brutus killing Julius Caesar. That detestable soul is calling our beloved president a tyrant. And now, as he exits, whoever gets in his way is going to get slashed with that dagger, including the orchestra master. How does he reward Johnny Peanuts? He's going to hit him in the forehead with the handle of the knife, kick him away, get on his horse, gallop down Baptist Alley towards the Navy Yard Bridge, and that's going to soon launch the largest manhunt in the history of America. If he surrenders, he'll be hung like a common criminal. He says, I have too great a soul for that. So he's going to challenge the cavalry to move back 100 paces, and he'll come 100 paces, and he'll come out and fight them. Well, they don't want to kill Booth. They want to put him on trial and see how far this conspiracy goes into the Confederacy. So his request is denied. After his co-conspirator David Harold is allowed to surrender, Detective Conger fires the barn to flush Booth out. And now it's just Booth in the middle of the barn. And looking through one of the slats of the barn is one of the most fascinating characters in this story, Sergeant Austin Corbett, who before he was a soldier was a hatter, which means he used to breathe in those mercury fumes they used to cure in felt hats, which made you mad as a hatter. He said he could see Booth, but was determined not to shoot him unless Booth makes a demonstration to hurt someone. Well, that demonstration comes, Corbett says, when Booth raises his carbine towards one of the soldiers, Corbett fires, aiming for his shoulder, but he says Booth must have scooped. He hits him just below the skull, very similar to where Booth shot the president. He's going to sever Booth's spinal column. He's going to be paralyzed from the neck down. They're going to drag him out of the burning barn under a tree, and at this point he can only whisper, and he says, Tell Mother, I died for my country. And the barn's getting hot, so they're going to carry him over to the Garrett's farmhouse porch. And his last request will be that they raise his hands so that he can see them, which they do. And he says, Useless. Useless. And he dies 3 hours after Boston Corbett shoots him. But his last word, useless, is going to sum up his final act, because he did not receive the glory and honor like he thought he would. Killing Abraham Lincoln would be the worst thing that could have happened for the South. Even Jefferson Davis says this 10 years after the war, because with malice towards none, with charity for all, they would lose their would-be friend in Reconstruction. And the actor Booth, well, he will receive very negative reviews for his life.